My name is Megan Brewer, and I'm here to talk to you about what an interest group is. An interest group is a voluntary organization that strives to influence public policies. Most interest groups are classified based on their primary purpose. There are three types of classifications: economic, non-economic, and mixed. Economic groups seek financial advantages for their members. Non-economic groups want a betterment for society in ways that do not affect their members financially. And mixed pursue social goals that also have a clear and specific economic goal in mind. The purpose of an interest group is to fund public policy, provide political contribution, and they each have their own agenda in politics. We will go over some of the more influential ones that specifically affect the state of Texas. We believe that interest groups have a direct effect on the outcome of elections and the direction of politics at every level of government.
Hi, my name is Zachary Finch, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the National Rifle Association Interest Group. Now, what is this interest group about? The National Rifle Association is a pro-Second Amendment organization which focuses mainly on gun rights. Now, the primary goal when starting out was to advocate rifle shooting, but in today's times, the NRA is now focused on protecting amendment rights, which does include gun rights. Now, what is the agenda? The agenda for the National Rifle Association has many different avenues, but is mainly centered around educating Americans about gun safety and gun rights. They have many different programs revolving around gun safety for children. They use a program called Eddie Eagle, which basically teaches kids pre-K through 4th grade the 4 things to do if coming across a gun. Now, what type of interest group is the National Rifle Association? The National Rifle Association is a mixed economic interest group, and though they do take in membership fees to join per year, that's the only monetary gain they take from you. These membership dues go back to the nonprofit organizations such as gun safety classes and gun safety for kids, all of which are expanding the interest group's agenda.
My name is Norman Robertson, and I will be talking about the Texas Humane Legislation Network. The Texas Humane Legislation Network is an interest group that's sole focus is the well being of animals in Texas. Formed in 1975 as the Texas Humane Information Network, at a time when few animal protection laws existed, they back candidates who will work with them to pass laws for the benefit of animals. Currently, the main focus of the Texas Humane Legislation Network is rescuing dogs from being chained due to what they say is inhumane and dangerous treatment. They have 11 candidates for the Senate and House that they endorse, and these candidates are active with the group. For example, Texas State Senator Craig Estes had an event called Coffee with Senator Estes on April 30th, 2016 in Wichita Falls. Their website, www.thln.org, makes mention of their grassroots lobbying efforts and work with seasoned professional lobbyists. Lobbying, combined with the partnerships with animal shelters and other agencies, including law enforcement, has enabled the passing of dozens of animal protection measures. They are advocating for strong enforceable laws that will prohibit cruel acts against animals and give law enforcement and prosecutors the tools needed to bring justice in the courtroom. The Texas Humane Legislation Network is a non-economic interest group because they do not seek monetary compensation for their efforts. What they want instead is the betterment of society, which, in their eyes, means a better world for Texas animals.
Hi, my name is Grace Parker. Today I'm going to talk about Texas Parent PAC. The Texas Parent Political Action Committee has members on their board that will be and are strong advocates for children and public educators within the Texas public school system. The agenda or principles of this specific interest group have 8 big goals or topics they wish to achieve. The first, I speak for children. So speaking up for all boys and girls within the Texas public school system so there is a reflection and understanding of differences among children, those differences being that children do not grow, mature, or learn at the same rate. The second, I vote my district on public education while looking out for the common good. This means that you look out for all Texas children by listening to taxpayers, parents of those children, and elected school trustees, as well as educators who know the most about the financial and academic issues faced in the district's public schools. Third, local control of public education and respect for public school parents. Independent school district decisions should be left to those who have the best understanding of student needs, proven practices, and how to spend resources for the most beneficial result, those being parents, taxpayers, and educators. Fourth, Academic accountability and financial accountability in public education. This means that you should support systems that allow parents, taxpayers, and Texas education agencies that are able to look at student success and spending of public money. Accountability requirements should be in place that result in improving achievement for students and school districts. 5. Sufficient and equitable funding to meet state and federal mandates. This is to provide funding for public education so mandates are met and all students can graduate on the recommended plan from high school. The 6th goal, quality teachers and educators for our children. This is providing educators who are highly qualified in every school and every classroom. We also want to avoid actions that could cause those educators to leave. And we want to consider proposed pension and health care for those who are already retired. Goal 7 is exercise caution in funding experiment education programs. This means scrutinizing new and expanding experiments that are funded by state dollars that show little or no benefit towards specific individuals or are not recommended by educators. The 8th, public money for public schools. So tax collected to fund schools pre-K through 12th grade should be used only for Texas public schools. The type of interest group that Texas Parent PAC is a public school political action committee. This means that they are both economic and non-economic interest groups, so they are mixed.
Hi, I'm Hunter Gray, and I'll be talking about Ducks Unlimited. Ducks Unlimited is a non-profit organization that focuses on preserving the wetlands to keep wildlife open for game and more specifically ducks. The group is about protecting wildlife through the preservation of wetlands and waterfowl conservation. The mission statement found on www.ducks.org, the Ducks Unlimited mission is to conserve, restore, and manage wetlands and social habitats for North America's waterfowl. Some background on Ducks Unlimited is that it was founded in 1937 by 3 sport hunters, Joseph Knapp, E.H. Lowe, and Robert Winthrop. These men founded Ducks Unlimited right after the 1930s, right after the Dust Bowl had destroyed many wetlands and waterfowl populations. The 3 men made an effort to start conservation efforts, and present day Ducks Unlimited is the largest non-profit organization in the world. Ducks Unlimited has people that lobby Congress in mostly just conservation of wildlife cases. Some of the things that the group has lobbied on is migratory bird habitat conservation, agricultural conservation issues, improving hunting access issues, duck stamp legalization, and in my opinion, the interest group would side with most politicians that would like to further the preservation of ecosystems. Ducks Unlimited can be considered a mixed economic group, and they take a $35 fee to actually join their club into the group, and then they take donations to give money. So that's why they're considered a mixed economic group.
Hello, my name is Zachary Idom, and I'm presenting the Texas Farm Bureau Federation, which is the largest farm organization in Texas. It is an economic interest group that mainly focuses on interests of farmers, ranchers, and rural communities across Texas, with the growth of the agricultural industry in mind. The agenda consists of conserving private property rights, using water wisely, and making sure the government is responsive and responsible. They are considered the voice of Texas agriculture as a grassroots movement group.
As you can see, there are a wide range of different interest groups that form to fund public policy, provide political contribution, and strive towards their own agenda in politics.